The day everything breaks. It always happens on an ordinary day. You're making coffee, checking your phone, walking into work, and then one message changes everything. We need to talk. Your position has been terminated. It's over. The results came back. In a single moment, the ground beneath you disappears. Your heart pounds, your thoughts scatter. Your mind screams, "This can't be happening." Here's the truth no one tells you. Life doesn't fall apart slowly. It collapses all at once. And in that moment, you meet the real version of yourself. Not the curated version, not the confident version, not the version that thrives when everything goes well. You meet the version of you that exists under pressure. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor faced plagues, wars, betrayal, and political chaos. And yet he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That emperor was Marcus Aurelius. And today we're breaking down the Stoic Crisis Formula, a mental operating system designed for the worst days of your life, not to eliminate pain, but to eliminate panic. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand crisis differently, you'll feel stronger walking into it. Why we collapse, the hidden second blow. When life falls apart, we think the event is what destroys us. The breakup, the layoff, the betrayal, the diagnosis. But the Stoics saw something deeper. They noticed that there are always two blows. The first blow is reality. The second blow is our interpretation. And the second blow is almost always worse. The philosopher Epictetus, who was born into slavery, put it bluntly. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. Read that slowly. Not by things, by the views they take of them. You lose your job. That's painful. But then your mind adds, "I'm a failure. I'll never recover. Everyone will think I'm incompetent. My life is ruined." That is the second blow. The Stoics understood that between event and reaction, there is a space. And inside that space is power. Most people react instantly. The Stoic pauses. And that pause, that microscopic gap, is where emotional strength is built. Step 1. The brutal clarity of control. If there is one Stoic principle that could save you years of anxiety, it's this. Control what you can. Release what you cannot. It sounds simple, almost too simple. But under stress, we forget it. You cannot control the economy, other people's loyalty, other people's opinions, illness appearing, the past. You can control your judgment, your effort, your attitude, your response, your integrity. Epictetus built his entire philosophy around this distinction. He had nothing, no status, no possessions, no guarantee of safety. But he claimed something radical. Freedom is internal. When crisis strikes, ask yourself immediately, is this within my control? If the answer is no, emotional resistance is wasted energy. If the answer is yes, act with discipline. Anxiety is misdirected energy. It's energy spent fighting reality. Calm is energy redirected toward action. When life falls apart, the first act of strength is not dramatic. It's quiet. You draw a mental line. This part is mine. This part is not. And you refuse to fight what isn't yours. Step 2. We suffer more in imagination. There is something the Stoics understood about the human mind that modern psychology now confirms. The mind is a storyteller, and in crisis it writes horror stories. The philosopher Seneca observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about that. Most suffering during crisis is projection. What if this never gets better? What if I lose everything? What if this is the beginning of the end? But pause. Has that happened yet? Or is your mind rehearsing catastrophe? When something painful happens, the present moment is usually manageable. It's the imagined future that overwhelms you. The Stoic response is precise observation, not dramatic labeling. saying my life is destroyed, say, I lost this opportunity, instead of everything is over. Say, this chapter ended. Language shapes emotion. When you remove exaggeration, clarity returns. Clarity produces calm. Calm produces intelligent action. Panic produces destruction. Step 3. Train for the storm before it arrives. Here's where Stoicism becomes counterintuitive. The Stoics did not wait for disaster to prepare. They practiced it mentally. They imagined loss. They visualized hardship. They considered exile, poverty, illness, death. Not because they were pessimists, but because they understood something powerful: the unexpected shocks, the expected prepares. This practice was called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. If you've already considered that your comfort could disappear, then comfort disappearing doesn't feel like betrayal. Modern life conditions us to expect smoothness. We expect convenience, stability, constant progress. So when reality disrupts that illusion, we feel personally attacked. The Stoic mindset is different. It says, this was always possible. And that sentence alone reduces emotional chaos by half. Preparation builds psychological immunity. You don't panic at what you've already considered. Step 4. Amor Fati, the power of radical acceptance. Now we reach the most powerful layer. It's one thing to endure crisis. It's another to transform it. The Stoics practiced Amor Fati, love of fate. Not passive resignation, not weakness, but active acceptance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it." In other words, the obstacle is fuel. Your setback can become your strength, but only if you stop resisting it. When something painful happens, you have two options: fight reality or use it. The average reaction is, "Why me?" The Stoic reaction is, "What is this training me for?" Lay off? Perhaps reinvention, heartbreak, perhaps self-discovery, failure, perhaps humility and refinement. Crisis is raw material, and raw material can build or bury you. The difference is perspective. Step 5. The inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius describes something profound: an inner citadel, a fortress within. Outside chaos, inside order. Outside instability, inside discipline. Outside noise, inside clarity. Your inner citadel is your character, your values, your principles, your integrity. The Stoics believed that virtue, not wealth, not status, is the only true good. If you lose money but keep integrity, you have not lost everything. If you lose reputation but keep courage, you remain powerful. If you lose comfort but keep discipline, you are still strong. Crisis strips away illusions. It reveals what cannot be taken from you. And once you realize that your core self is untouched by circumstance, fear decreases dramatically. The Practical Crisis Formula, modern application. When life falls apart, follow this exact sequence. Pause, breathe, delay reaction, separate control from uncontrollable, describe reality without exaggeration, refuse catastrophic imagination, ask, how can this serve my growth? Protect your character at all costs, take one disciplined action forward. Notice something, every step is internal, because that's where power lives. Crisis doesn't destroy people. Uncontrolled reaction does. Why this matters in modern life. Today's world amplifies crisis, news cycles, social media outrage, comparison culture, economic instability. Everything feels urgent. Everything feels catastrophic. But Stoicism slows the chaos. It teaches psychological sovereignty. When you master your internal state, external storms lose their grip. Calm becomes a competitive advantage. Clarity becomes rare. Resilience becomes magnetic. In a world addicted to panic, calm is revolutionary, closing, becoming unbreakable. Life will test you, not once, not gently, but repeatedly. And every test asks the same question: who are you under pressure? The Stoics were not emotionless statues. They felt grief, they felt pain, they felt fear. But they refused to be ruled by it. They trained their minds the way warriors train their bodies. And you can too. So the next time life shakes you, pause. Remember what you control. Reject imaginary suffering. Use the obstacle. Guard your character. And stand firm. Because here is the final truth. You are not fragile. You are untrained. And training begins now. If this video strengthened your mindset, subscribe to Timeless Mindset, where ancient philosophy meets modern self-mastery. Comment below, what recent challenge are you facing? Let's apply the Stoic formula together. And remember, the storm is not your enemy. It is your teacher. I'll see you in the next one.